And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates at the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel, would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Nate, Christopher Hildebrand, Breakmeister, and Rebecca. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone. We couldn't do it without you.
Yes.
Rachel.
Dees.
Let's talk about fucking observation. Right?
Uh-huh.
I like this part of spycraft. I really do. Like two people sitting across the room from each other, looking at each other and trying to determine if the other person is fibbing or hiding something. I love it in poker. I love it in spy movies. I love it. I love the idea. And because Master Kavir plays that kind of detective, I like to think a lot of, I know it's sort of like a tropey kind of thing, but that Sherlock Holmes deduction like tirade.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it. I know it's kind of campy, but I love it. How do you feel about it?
I will say you were very good at it. You were very observant. The other week we were talking on Zoom, and you kept asking me like if something was bothering me, and I was like, no, nothing's bothering me. And then later that day, I realized that like all day I'd had a really awful toothache.
Yeah.
And I had just been sort of ignoring it. And I think like that's what was like, I don't know, like maybe giving me like a weird body language or something, was that like my tooth was like really hurting me and like my gum was really swollen that day.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think of it because I just like it still hurt, but it was something that I, was actively not thinking about.
I like the idea that it wasn't really that subtle. Your whole face just going.
Just have my face in swollen.
Yeah. How are you so observant? I'm like, well, your head's shaped like a lemon right now. So.
No, but I think that you're very observant about like body language or just, I don't know, words that people use sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm that good at it as you are.
Well, Rachel just doesn't care about people. A lot of people don't know that.
True.
Out there, if you're listening, she's a very good role player. She plays a character of a caring and considerate person.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to that subtle giggle. See, there it is. She's so good at it. You almost believe she's a real person.
I am a real person.
Almost like a fully sentient human being.
I am.
But in real life, it's just a cold, hollow, empty space with cold, dead shark's eyes. Just,
That's not true.
She navigates the world like a barracuda.
That's not true.
Kidding. But like, so like in games where like we get evidence and we have like, I don't know if we've gotten there in the game yet. No, we haven't. So I won't talk about it, but there's a point coming up where somebody has information, they relay it to Kavir, and I have to play that detective scene where I'm like, okay, what fucking direction is the wind coming from? And yeah, and I love that stuff so much that when I get to play it, I'm always super excited. Anyway,
there's like questions that you'll ask when David is describing a scene or describing an NPC,
right?
And from like my viewpoint of someone who's just like playing the game, and maybe from like a DM viewpoint that I can't always turn off, I'm like, this is just a guy to relay information. But then you're like, what is the weave and weft of the shirt that he's wearing? Is that a local cotton? Or like, like these just out of nowhere questions.
Yeah, it sounds silly, like do the buckles on his strap buckle from the right to left or from the left to right?
Right.
Can you tell me?
And I don't know, from like a DM standpoint, sometimes, just an NPC is just there to deliver the next plot point. And I always worry, like, when my players ask me questions like that, I worry that I will give an answer and it's, from my perspective, a nothing answer. But from the suspicious player, it's like, oh, this must mean that they're actually, a spy for the evil king or whatever.
Well, okay, so I've thought about that too. I'm doing this for a long time. I'll ask weird questions all the time. Sometimes I ask weird questions to throw the DM because I know that they play back at me. Like, sometimes they'll say things like, well, you don't hear anything in the other room. Like, my roll was bad. So you say, instead of saying there's nothing in the other room, you say, you don't hear anything. Like,
right.
What that means to a player. So sometimes I like to do that back to the DM. We're not the only one who can play these little fucking reprisal games. Okay, I can do it too. But sometimes they really do have, like, value, right? So, like, when a dragon lands somewhere, it's like, does the dragon land and its foot just touches the ground and that's that, or does it submerge a little bit? Based on the weight of the dragon, does it seem suspicious how much they drop down? That actually has weight to it. Like, oh, you can't see any surroundings because of mist. Well, what direction is the mist blowing? Because there's wind, and I know that the weather patterns travel generally from this region to this region. That'll help me kind of place myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, we know this is in real time, so what angle are the shadows? Right? Is it the same angle that I'm observing out in the world? I love this shit. I will CSI a scene into the dirt. Right?
Yeah.
And I like when we're doing it with D-Walk in particular, because sometimes you can tell when I start asking questions like that, I'll get to maybe the third question, and then all of a sudden he gets real stern, and he's like responding very carefully to things, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've got him. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but sometimes I'll just ask a question just to put him on edge. Like, what is he doing? What is this motherfucker doing? And I'm not doing anything. It's just circus music up here.
No, you're like, because sometimes you'll ask something, and from before I understand where it's going, I'm like, that's a weird thing to ask. That doesn't mean anything. And then, like, your follow-up question, it's like, oh my God, how did he discern, like...
It's cool stuff. I like that kind of thing. Yeah.
It's very cool. It's very fun to watch. I am nowhere near as good as you at it, but it is fun to watch it happen.
I think we were talking about before we recorded the intro about people getting into buildings using ladders. Like, just being granted like a large amount of authority based on two guys walking in with a ladder, like, under their arms.
Yeah.
That they can just go wherever the fuck they want. And I like that the perception of it dictates the entire, like, something so innocuous like that can paint a very large picture of who they are without ever having to interact or talk or say anything. Just the look of it makes you think, oh, they're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
So I better not stop them. Right. I don't want to impede anyone's work. Right. I don't want to be the wrinkle in the cogs of the machine. So they just let these people walk right by. Oftentimes they don't have any fucking reason to be there at all. They're just using a ladder. You could forge a fucking like a series of documents, and you could fucking get a uniform, and you could go through all that work. But sometimes all it takes is just acting like you're supposed to be somewhere. Yeah.
I mean, I work at a library, and we have, like, mechanical equipment. The elevator breaks down all the time.
Just a guy walking in a fucking Dickies jumpsuit with a wrench in his hand and or a toolbox, and all of a sudden,
couple guys show up and everybody's like, yeah, the elevator's right there. Do whatever you need to do. Let us know if you need to like get in to like go look at the upstairs half of the elevator. you know?
Yeah, I mean, and that's I think a lot of times we overthink, like when we talk about quick change for Kavir, like one of the design things I did from early on was I wanted him to be able to be disguised a lot. So I needed him to wear something that was not, it was easily adaptable. So his shirt isn't a bright color, it's beige, because beige is in all time zones, in all regions, in all areas. You roll the sleeves up, you're a worker. You button it all the way up, put a tie on, you're a businessman. You know what I mean? Hang it loose, kind of open, and kind of pull the bottoms out, and all of a sudden you're kind of a fucking street kid or whatever.
Right.
Like, he's got gray hair, which is easy to color. You know what I mean? He's indescript. His eyes are like a yellowy brown, so kind of difficult to place exactly where on the range it is. Some people would call it brown eyes, some people would call it golden, there's a lot of vaguity in this guy. How old is Kavir? Well, he looks young, right? But his hair's gray, so he's older. He's kind of spindly, but he could just wear big clothes and you couldn't tell. The character himself is amorphous, and I like being able to force that perception. I love this character so much, and I just want to play them all the time. I don't want to play anyone else ever.
Well, then on that note, maybe we should go to this week's episode.
What is it called?
This is Return to Ravenloft, episode 13, The Kobold and the Beautiful.
Aww.
I guess I'm running back towards them.
There's a real friendship moment. There's a builder right here.
Yeah, because I mean, my remarkable athlete isn't going to help me here because I can close the distance, but I mean, I'm not making any kind of a long jump to get to them. I mean, ideally, what I'd like to do is to run back to them, grab them, yank them out of whatever things they're stuck in still, and then haul the ass back in the other direction. What I don't know about the mist, because I've specifically tried to avoid it as well, is that if I go into it, is there a way to then turn around and actually run back out of it?
What if it's not the mist that's scary? What if it's something in the mist, like monsters or something?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to leave you guys in there regardless. So yeah, I'm gonna haul back, and basically you
can actually reach them where they were, or where you remember them being, where you see the shadows in the mist. You can actually reach it.
Yeah. To do that, I would have to move my full speed, cunning action, dash. That would give me 60 feet. I need 50 feet to close back on them, which gives me 10 feet. I'll move back to where they are.
All right.
What do I see as I move through the mist?
All right. Where you're going to, as you move through the mist, it feels cold. It feels just kind of like breathtaking. It's getting kind of harder to breathe. It's just kind of, and then the ground shifts underneath your feet. And you're going to feel what they felt originally when the mist developed them. And what you saw was the kind of the shadows in the mist where they were. And the actual three of you find yourselves actually standing in a swamp knee deep, bushes and trees around. It's still dark. The city's gone as the mist fades across the swamp. The moonlight actually shining out on the lake, or not the lake, but this kind of bog. And the three of you are now standing, knee deep in really dark water.
So, like, if I turn back around to where the mist was, I don't see an edge. Like, I don't see the town.
No,
like
you don't see the town anymore.
So it's just like
you guys see literally like swamp and bog for miles around.
I'm gonna look up at them and be like, "Oh boy." Da 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 da. No.
Can I get
No.
this webbing
Nobody
off me?
gets one.
David, do I need to roll to get this web off?
No, you guys are out of
Okay.
combat for the minute.
All right. Oh, I'm gonna look around for Elizabeth's body.
It's floating in the water.
Yes.
Oh shit! Payday.
Right?
Gonna be a little hard to identify her though, maybe because I'm pretty sure I bit her face off.
Well, I think Andrews will trust me when I tell him this is a spider.
We killed a lady. This is the spider.
Yeah, David, I will revert back to my true form.
All right.
So, you're a shark?
Baby shark. Sorry, I've been waiting all fucking like last sessions.
I guess on a part-time basis, you might say that. Yeah. Was kind of part of the reason why I came looking for you and him and Chunakote, who's not with you anymore.
I've never heard that name in my life.
Trust me, you'll get used to it.
Be that as it may,
It'll take you a long time to remember how it goes, but then once you get it, it's kind of stuck in there.
be that as it may, yeah, I don't. Yeah, this is a thing I have to deal with, and
Is it going to be a problem?
oh no, I've got it under control for the most part. I'd say 9 times out of 10, it's something I can do at will when it suits me. Not particularly something I necessarily care for though, because that 1 time out of 10 can be problematic.
Are your clothes all ripped?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would
Gross.
imagine so. Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, naked swamp boy.
I know. It's more like just tatters more than anything else. But
So you have
yeah.
no armor class now?
Boy, we're just really trying to fuck each other over tonight, aren't we? Teacher. No, however that gets ruled, yeah.
I'm sorry. That's funny though. It's
I know. No, it
You
is.
think that if you were a shark, you'd have had made concessions?
I would
Right?
imagine
Like
I
a,
have.
like a breakaway leather paneling or something like that.
Yeah, I have I invented spandex here in the. Yeah, it's a thing I have to deal with, and like I said, it's the reason why I was kind of coming to you all, because I figured you may have some expertise in helping me get rid of this.
Why would you want to get rid of that?
It's not. It makes life more problematic than it needs to be.
You're a pirate.
Yeah, like I said, and 9 times out of 10, I can use it to my advantage. But that 1 time out of 10 when I have to be restrained to keep from killing my own crew, that's a bit of a problem.
Fair.
You can see Kavir doing the math in his head like 9 times. That sounds pretty good. I'm gonna roll a perception check real quick.
Okay.
I don't like how I don't know if I'm gonna roll it twice until you haven't told me whether or not I succeeded. So it doesn't matter. I don't have any of those rolls. So 18.
All right. What are we trying to perceive today?
Threats in this area. We just got here. We're in a
Okay.
swamp.
Yeah, most of the plant life, some of the plant life comes up above the water. It's knee deep on them, about waist deep on you. So
no
yeah, you're
threats?
waist deep, they're knee deep. As you're looking around, you can't really see below the water. It's murky, it's black, there's a slight breeze. The concerning thing though is you're not hearing any crickets or anything.
David, would I
The
have an
moon is
idea?
out. It is somewhat cloudy. Sorry.
Would I have an idea of where we're at?
Give me a wisdom.
Wisdom check.
Yeah. Let me check. Either you can do a straight wisdom, or we can do investigation, or history,
I'll do investigation.
or survival.
I'll do investigation for 23.
All right, Alex. Um, you're pretty sure you're in the Boglands.
Is that sort of central Darkon?
That's actually about southwest of where a good distance southwest of Materia Bay, and about dead north of the necropolis. Not a very welcoming city that the three of you want to be anywhere near.
No.
But the problem is most people can't really navigate the boglands these days because of the rolling mists.
Boy, the random nature of that mist could be really bad. Puts you somewhere you don't want to be,
Mhm.
Well,
especially out here.
we might not want to be out here. Now we have to go all the way back to get our money.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna roll this.
Did my horse make it?
Rachel's
yet?
a 1 and 2. Dees is the 3 and 4.
Oh,
Nate
God
is a 5
damn
and
it.
6. Okay.
What about the horse?
Did my horse make it?
You do not see your horse anywhere.
What about the dead body?
It's floating in
It's
the
here.
water
That would be
and
the
kind
easier
of
target,
floating
just
away.
FYI.
I'm gonna go get the body and just like lift it over and hold it over my
As you
shoulder.
do, you feel something tugging it. Like there's resistance in pulling it.
Damn it. I'm gonna grab the body and just like pull it harder.
As you give me a strength check.
This is not gonna be very good. 10.
All right. And let me check the okay.
What's the
As
strength
you
check on a
pull, you're not
crocodile?
able to actually pull it free. But as you do, you realize there's a tentacle wrapped around the leg of the body. A large green tentacle that is actually, trying to pull it down into the water.
I'm gonna draw my sword and I'm gonna try to chop the tentacle.
Oh, goody.
We just need the head. Chop the head off.
All right, give me an attack.
All right. Let's see here. I don't think this is gonna hit. 13.
That-
You actually legit bounce off. You hit, but your blade doesn't actually cut through the tentacle.
Okay.
It just kind of bounces off, and it sends a shiver into the water, and you see ripples begin to form deeper out.
I'm gonna back up.
Could have cut the head off. It would have had a snack. We would have had the payday.
Oh,
I think
This is sticky horse cloud all over again.
Go ahead and give me initiatives.
again.
20.
28.
9.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so Cass, Rain, and Kevin. And okay, Kevin,
28.
28. Rain had a 9.
Yeah.
And what did Cass?
20.
20. And our mysterious player does not have a good. They have a 2.
Anime boyfriend has entered the fight.
You have no idea. All right. It is top of the round with Kevin.
I am going to use a perception check right at the start to try to pinpoint where the ripples are. Like the most,
Okay.
the ones that seem like they're something approaching the surface, maybe.
All right. At that spot, okay.
19.
Mm. No, you're able to get an idea where it is under the water. The mass, the main mass.
Okay. Based on the different ripple things, how large is this?
Um, it's huge. It's probably about 30 feet off of you, and it's not small as you're seeing the ripples begin to
Mm,
move through.
I am almost out of spells.
The thing still has the body grabbed, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to take an arrow and I'm going to fire it. First, I'm going to gesture everyone, shh, right? And then I'm going to take an arrow and I'm going to fire it so that it skims across the water in that direction, like far across the way, to try to draw something's attention.
All right.
You know what I mean? So like
Mhm.
a stone would skip, so it'd feel like if something didn't have sight, which black water, I'm assuming it doesn't, it feels, it grabs, it does stuff like that. That an arrow kind of skidding across the top of the water would seem like footsteps.
All right.
Okay. I'm not trying to hit anything, but I can do a roll with something if you want.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's it. And then as soon as I fire it, I'm going to be completely still and silent.
All right. Let's go with Kess.
Can I hold my action to see how this thing reacts to what Kevin did? Because I assume he's some kind of plan. He's trying to like distract it or make it move away or something.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can.
Okay. I have another question.
Mhm.
Is my spirit guardian still going? Because it can last up to 10 minutes with concentration.
Did you concentrate on keeping it up when we got to the swamp?
This is a new dangerous place.
Mm,
I think that's a no.
if that's no. I'm trying to think because I mean, you wouldn't have shot it off. I would go ahead and do a con check as you for the travel, and if you pass the con check, then yes, it's still up.
Okay.
It's not damaging, but it's jarring to get shifted that far.
15.
All right. Go ahead and roll your spirit guardians for half
Okay.
damage. Just to retcon that from when you fought with it over the body.
Okay. So it would be 28, but halved is going to be 14.
Okay.
Now the question is, you keep it up?
It's concentration, so I can keep it up for 10 minutes.
The question is, do you keep it up if we're trying to distract the thing?
Well, we've already established that spirit guardians don't damage objects, so it shouldn't be making like it's their spirits, so they shouldn't be splashing in the water.
No, I'm saying that we're trying to convince it by shooting the arrow across the water that we're headed over there. But if we're still punching it over here, it seems like it would be a hard sell.
But I don't think I'm next to it anymore. I think it moved away.
It's still holding the body, right?
Right, but I thought it moved away from me.
It didn't. It's just when you shot it or when you hit it originally, The ripples that followed the tentacle went all the way through the water,
Oh, okay.
back to its core.
Feel like I would keep the spell up because I'm really low on spells right now. And I feel like we're gonna fight this thing.
Okay.
Okay.
What the perception of a creature that's under the water would be if I still think the footsteps would convince it that it was moving and that this might be like fire or some dangerous thing that's in the area. Maybe not an active presence. I don't know.
Okay.
You think about you're underwater, right? You're blind.
Mm.
We're just all assuming we don't know that's true yet. So it might not be a thing. But if that's true, you reach your hand out, right? And it's, ow, shit, something hurts.
Mhm.
Then you hear something move to the other side of the room. Even if it's still hurting here, I don't know that I would think. I don't know that I think that that would be the thing over here, or if that was an effect that the thing had left and then ran off.
Yeah.
It's hard to put yourself into the mindset of a. I need to practice more as an underwater blind thing. I don't really train underwater blind.
Add it to the list.
It's
All
my
right,
training
Rain.
regimen.
What you gonna do?
My turn.
Yes, sir.
So the water is only up to my knees, huh?
Where you're at.
Where I'm at. I have
You're not sure how deep it goes
I'm
in
not
the
sure
other
how deep
places.
it goes.
Dun dun.
I mean, there is sort of a benefit to trying this again, but at the same
You know,
time, if the
Tentacle
water's
creatures in rain.
yeah, yeah, there's a theme going here, and I don't know if I like it. So when I saw what Kevin was trying to attempt, but I do know that the spirit guardians are still going on and trying to slash things. And we don't physically see it now, right?
The thing you guys have seen is the tentacle wrapped around the leg of the body, keeping it, trying to pull it.
Okay, so that's still above water.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. I will go over to it and I will try and hack at the tentacle. As I move, well, let me ask you this. As I move towards it, does the water get deeper?
Oh, not noticeably.
Okay. 2 feet of water is not going to be enough for me to actually function in.
This plan is not going to work. This plan fell to shit. I was like, hey guys, everyone chill out. And you guys are like, beat the shit out of it. I'm like, okay. All right.
Well, I mean, I saw what you're doing, but
No, it's cool. Rachel's already beating the shit out of it. You go ahead. I mean, yeah, do it.
Yeah. So rapier. Hey, guess what? I rolled a 19. You know what that means?
You actually did damage.
No, even better than that. Thanks to my where the hell is it? Thanks to
Because your
improved
fighter
critical.
maneuvers.
Yes, improved critical. Your weapon attack score critical hit on a roll of 19 or 20. So that's a crit.
Nice.
Max
And
damage.
that's So max damage would be
Oh no, that's double.
no,
You roll
it's
both
double.
dice.
Yeah, I roll both dice. Yeah. So I roll a 1 on the first one and a 2 on the second one. So 3 plus the addition isn't doubled, so it's just it's 10 points of damage. Do I get I would imagine I can get my sneak attack.
Not with Rachel right there.
Oh,
That's
she's
where
right
the
there.
tentacle's at.
That's right. She's right there. Okay, so I can't do it. All right, so then I guess I'll go ahead and use my second attack. Well, I crit on the first one.
Help him.
All right.
This is what we're doing now.
God
damn it!
That would be a 14 versus AC.
Tired of helping you fuckers.
14 does not hit. You bounce right off the tentacle as well.
Oh God.
Well, at least I got a little bit of a lick in there. Yeah, that's me.
That is a nat 20 on a wisdom save.
Oh.
Oh, she forgot.
So well, you didn't say it was its turn, David. Or I would have told you.
Rain just finished.
So it would be 27, but halved is going to be 13.
Okay.
I like how we're turning on each other.
All right.
We lost our horse. Everything is moot. It's anarchy now. The horse was our only leadership.
Okay. So 3 vines shoot out, going after you two. Kavir's actually out of range right now, but they go after you two, and the third one comes out shooting, depending on how this goes. So the first one reaches out for the cleric, and that is a nat 20.
Oh God.
So that is. Hold on. I also, while I'm doing this damage and counting it all up, I need you to give me a DC 15 escape check.
Okay, that's athletics or acrobatics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is a 18 before she adds the 4, so 22 damage.
Okay. I got a 15 on my escape.
Yep, you meet it, so you are not grappled and restrained.
Okay.
But you need now. That was a 22 damage, so you need to do a check on your spit.
Right. I make it.
Okay. Next one takes a swing at Nate for a 14.
Nope.
All right, misses, and the third one goes after you as well. And that is a. God damn it, work. 21.
Shit. Yep, that'll get it.
Give me a escape check, acrobatics or athletics with the DC 15.
21.
You make it. You're not restrained, and that is a 9 and a 4. That is 13 damage to Rain.
13 damage.
Which isn't magical, so it does nothing.
Well, I'm not a were-shark anymore, so.
You're still a lycanthrope. I believe. I can check my monster manual, but I'm pretty sure the lycanthrope thing functions in and out of hybrid.
Oh. Not with all weapons, just your bare hand, right?
Anything that's not silver or magical.
Damage.
It's why I hunted only with silver and magical when I hunted Jake.
Yeah, damage immunities: cold, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Weapons not made with silver weapons.
I'm not there yet. Still going. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, damage immunities. It's listed. It doesn't give a condition whether it's in hybrid or not.
Well, okay. I mean, if that's how you're gonna roll it, that okay. Yeah.
So, all right. And we are top of the round. Kavir.
I have a technical question for you, and it might be
Go for it.
pedantic. I apologize.
No, it's fine.
What is the nature of its blind sight? I'm looking up blind sight now. It says that creatures can use either echolocation, they can hear a heartbeat, they can pick up warmth or heat, things like that. What I mean, I'm trying to profile this creature.
Yes.
So I will roll an investigation, but that's what I'm thinking. I want to try to determine based on the environment and where it lives and the type of skin or vine that I saw. I want to try to profile what type of blind sight might be capable of using.
Okay.
I got a 20 total.
All right.
So I started thinking. All right. Part one, I started thinking what type of blind sense or blind sight it would have. Then I started thinking the only reason I know it has blind sight is because you said it out of game. My character wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So I was like, why would I ask? But then I thought that we just watched it attack 2 people in 2 different locations from out of the water, and it never breached the water. So I'd have to believe it had some sort of blind sight to be able to see or to determine. So I'm back to where I was. I'd like to know what type of blind sight. Was there something in particular that they were doing?
I have a question though.
Yeah.
Do we know that vine attack was from it? Like, did it
You saw the
shoot right
vines-
at us, or is there
you saw the
something
vines
else?
reach out of the water
Right.
from the same location the one vine was.
Okay.
We saw that when I think that the description maybe is throwing you a little bit from when the first attack happened. He was saying that from the water, a thing tentacle kind of came up, right? It was attacking the body when you try to pull it back. Then when it kind of moved to kind of tense up to pull back on the body, you saw like if a snake was in the water, how it would have like a ribbon that leads back to a center point. And then we saw a bunch of them around start to do it. So we can try to formulate the size and shape of it based on multiple tentacles kind of out radiating from one center point. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like we assume it's like a squid-like thing.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that multiple tentacles came up to make attacks at individual targets means that it's capable of distinguishing targets, right? It's capable. That means it isolated locations, which means that it can see. It has some form of sight. More the question is, it never attacked the other thing, right? The arrow.
No, it never attacked the arrow.
When it made attacks on you two, but not on something that was cold steel that clearly crossed its path. So that means that it's either heartbeat, warmth, or something like that. It hears like real detailed sound and is able to profile creatures as opposed to. So I'm thinking warmth, or it's a magical sight, which, you know, that's always a possibility. There's nothing I can fucking do about that. That one just can't be profiled. So
Yeah, there's technically 2 that can't be profiled. There's magical, and then out of game there's telepathy.
well, you could profile telepathy
If you feel it
Especially-
itching in your mind.
Well, no, my character can do it because I'm a mastermind, but no, I won't be able to do it until later. But I'd be able to mask
Okay.
my brain entirely from people that are psionic or mentalists.
All right.
God, this fucking Three Musketeers fucking me up. I know I want to eat it, but I know I'm going to be talking a lot, and so I can't.
Sorry, buddy.
No, it's okay.
All right.
I just gonna rub it. Fancy bit.
You gotta try it. You're gonna try.
Don't stop. She's gonna make us edit. Stop right there.
You're gonna try and consume it by osmosis.
All right. You're not able to. I mean, you're pretty much able to deduce what you've already deduced about how you think it could sense you, but you're not able to truly pinpoint how it's picking its targets yet.
Right.
But you definitely have noticed that it did zero in on actual living objects instead of an inanimate object flying through the air.
Okay.
Or skipping across the water.
Well,
So
then
is there
I'm
anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot.
Okay. You do have 4 tentacles that have surfaced through the water. They're
I'm
still
not,
there.
not worried about the tentacles. Shooting at the main mass.
All right.
I'm going to. I don't know how sneak attack works on a thing like this.
It's definitely not flanked.
I can definitely see. That's flanked by. Yeah. Okay. Well, then no sneak attack. Just regular bow shot. Fuck me, man. I'm so shitty at this. I like my rolls are just bad. There's nothing I can change about it. 11. It's really big.
It does not hit.
Yeah.
Did you do the steady aim thing?
No, because I had to move.
Oh.
All right.
Well, I'm going to back up. Is there like out of the water, or is it just all bog?
You see water for miles.
All right, then I want to get. How about trees?
You could probably find a tree nearby. Yeah, there's a tree within 20 feet.
I want to stand right up against the tree. Like
Okay.
put my back to the tree. And that'll end my turn.
All right. Kess?
Okay. Can I get to where I am flanking with Rain?
Mm,
It can't be flanking, right? Because this is like an arm.
they're just tentacles, so not really.
Okay. Then I will use my steady aim to give myself advantage on this attack, which means my elven accuracy.
Are you shooting in a melee?
Oh shit!
I'm not shooting. I'm using my sword.
Good try, David.
Okay.
Also, has it been 10 minutes since Vess gave me bardic inspiration?
I can't.
Ah.
It can't be 10 minutes. That fog was
No.
rolling pretty quick.
Okay,
No.
then I
6
would like to
seconds
use
per round.
my bardic inspiration.
Okay.
You know what I just thought of? This is awesome. No matter how shitty the situation gets, the bard's gone.
It's gonna be a
I gotta worry about her.
20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Is this a fey, fiend, or undead?
It is not a fae. It is not a fiend. And it is not undead.
Okay.
No, would have worked.
I'm gonna use my where is it? Divine Strike to add an additional D8 radiant damage to this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll like crap.
Have you tried planting your foot?
So that'll be 7 damage. Some of that is radiant damage, David.
Okay. That just kind of coats on with everything else.
Okay.
So 7 plus the okay. All right. I really didn't like sacrifice anything to curse your dice. I just said at the beginning of the game.
I've had really bad rolls tonight.
I actually paid
Yeah.
your players last week to rub your dice, especially all fucked up.
Yeah, I think we've had bad rolls across the board pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can only think of one other game where I've had rolls worse than I've had tonight. I mean, I've had some good ones too, but the majority of them have been pretty bad.
Pretty
I had
bad.
one where a game where I rolled like 2s and 5s the whole fucking night, all the way through for like 4 hours of a game.
Oh.
There was a point where we were so bad off that the only action my monk could do was roll. Like I was just doing that movement roll to get a little further ahead than the skeleton crew who was like mindlessly chasing behind me. And I was just rolling in a circle around the floor of this prison for like, I don't know, 45 minutes. It was
Oh,
fucking
God.
insane.
All right.
That why you like to roll so much in video games now?
It
Is that where that
was-
came from?
No.
Oh,
It was just all I could do. Like, so there was no roll to it or no check for it. So it was like, hey, we're rolling one way or another.
All right. Rain.
Well, I guess I'm gonna. Is there still a tentacle? So a tentacle tried to attack me. Is it still there?
Oh yeah, the 3 tentacles that smacked at you and
Okay,
Kess are
so
still
it's
in front of
in.
you guys.
All right. And so Cass hit the one that was in front of her.
Yeah.
I will. I guess I'll go ahead and try and smack the shit out of it. That ought to do it. 27.
That hits.
All right. That is 13 piercing damage, and then I'll go ahead and use my second attack. Can I? Are they? Are they in a position such where I can attack one and then attack the other that tried to get after me, or
Sure.
am I? Okay, so I'm going to use my second attack against the other one. 22 versus AC.
That hits.
8 points of damage. That's minimum damage.
Oof.
All right.
And that's going to be I will use my second wind as a bonus action.
Did you use that already?
No, I've used my action surge.
Oh,
The
right.
second one to heal?
Yeah, because you got me down.
Yeah, the attack didn't go through because you're lycanthrope.
Oh no, you're right. That's right. Shoot, I shouldn't have taken that. Oh, never mind.
You cannot take it. Your choice.
Yeah,
I won't stop you. I mean, if you want a second
no,
one,
no, I know.
It's not take
Okay.
optional
I mean,
damage.
it'll.
I keep forgetting
fizzle
about
out.
that. It's yeah. Okay,
I
so now good.
do not recommend the extra hard rules. Not a fan.
Oh, agreed. Okay, all good.
All right. At this point, Kavir, you kind of hear some. You actually not kind of. You hear some splashing behind you.
I'm going to keep my back to the tree and slowly slide around to the other side of the tree.
You see this smaller lizard thing that you remember as a kobold running kind of towards, or kind of like walking towards you in a not a skip, but he's having to take these big steps to step over the water or whatnot, and kind of looks up. Oh, you guys try to take its food.
It's speaking common.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't mean to take its food. Try to take our corpse.
You're small human. You lost.
I'm not lost. I just don't happen to know where I am.
Okay. Hawks help. Hawks help everything. He slaps his hands and he puts them forward, and a wall of force shoots up between Adrian and Rain, between them and the tentacles.
Huh.
Hawks help. This way. Hawks has food. Let it eat. You don't. Hawks don't think that's good to eat. You should not hunt dead bodies. This way. You follow Hawks. Hawks this way.
Okay, Hawks. Also,
He kind of grabs your jacket.
There might have been a miscommunication. We weren't trying to eat this as we're walking away. I'm just trying to explain. to him.
Then what? Why? You walk through swamp and you hunt weird thing. This way. Tell friends come. Tell friends come. You don't want to be here when wall falls. It'll eat your bodies and turn you into pods.
Hey, come, Hawks. Come, Hawks.
Okay.
I'm being sarcastic about it.
800 gold each
Each what?
for each of us.
Yeah, I'm not really going to be able to do much with that 800 gold if I don't survive. So I'm probably going to cut my losses here and figure that this is a wash. And I'm going to start.
I'm gonna look at them and be like, I'm incredibly wealthy. Can we get the fuck out of here?
Come on, small human. Grab friends. Come on. Come with
Fine.
Hawks.
Trying.
Behind you guys, you see the 3 tentacles begin to beat against the wall of force and begins to pull the body back. And as it does, you see this huge plant rise out of the ground. Green leaves, yellow, a giant kind of hole for a mouth where it begins to pull the body up into it.
All right, let's go.
It looks like this.
Ew.
Oh. They call that an avocado's butthole.
So
Hey, I need to step away for one more second. Don't
Yeah,
do
go
any
for
more
it.
Hawks stuff because I like
Okay.
this guy. All right, baby.
I ain't gonna lie, Hawks is actually from my 10th campaign. I had so much fun with them. I wanted to play with them more.
Thought we might be dealing with a shambling mound or something, but
No, it is in the brand new from Van Richen's Guide to Ravenloft. It is called a body taker plant.
a body
It is
taker plant.
huge.
Huh. And it's
Yeah,
got
if
a name that's right on the nose too, huh?
yeah, if this thing grappled you, it's 4d8 with acid.
Oof.
And if you don't do a d16, it pulls you in and begins to like literally drain you
Wow.
and um takes away your air, gives you levels of exhaustion, and begins like legitly like turn you into pod people.
Well, I'm
Awesome.
sorry we weren't able to make its acquaintance.
Oh, it's okay.
I won't be
But
the
I mean,
only one that we encounter.
on the bright side too, for it also has deep speech. So Nate, you would have felt just at home in like Waterdeep with a tentacle creature with deep speech.
Yeah.
All right, back. Sorry.
All good.
I am out of smokes.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like the first time in like 10 years. Okay.
you can do it.
It's a bummer, but all right.
You got your
Okay.
3 musketeers.
All right, so we are walking with what's his name? Hux?
Hawks.
Hux.
Hawks. Like Haux. Hawks.
Okay.
He stands just shorter than Kavir, yellowish brown skin with like orange dots.
I'm gonna drop Spirit Guardians.
I hope so. That would have hurt. He's like, oh, those are spirits. Hawk's not well. You're one of those dead magic people.
I mean, I use magic to make people dead, so kind of works.
Yeah, those were dead things that you brought back. That's bad magic. That's no.
I agree. It is bad magic.
I think it's pretty great magic.
Not when you what are they called? Nuhumancer, New Mank. I don't know. Hawks don't know. This way. Hawks no dry land. Well, not dry, moist, but above water.
You live out here?
All right.
Yes.
Do you live alone?
Kinda.
Well,
That's a
unnerving.
vague answer.
Well, Hawks had a clan body creature ate half, and then other half explore, other half or other. Well, how many halves are in a hull? Hawks don't know. This way, you guys travel for an hour or so before the water actually begins to slowly decrease, and you guys begin to step up out of it.
That's good.
He stops
Semi-dry
and kind of
land.
shakes a little bit, shakes his tail, shakes his feet. And
In
then he steps in the mud and keeps walking.
in what direction were we traveling?
You guys are actually traveling. Let me get my map. I have my map. Where's my map? Where's my big map? God. Oh, it's over there under the dice. You guys are actually traveling northwest.
Okay. So we're going back towards.
No, Matira Bay is northeast.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, he kind of stops for a second and his nasty finger, he puts in his mouth, kind of pops it and puts it up in the air. Hawks don't feel no breeze. Should be safe from mist. This way.
Huh. So he's aware of it too, huh?
Well, he lives out here, so I'm assuming.
Well, I guess I was figuring that this was sort of an end point, not an origin point, but I guess it can work either way.
Well, I think that the mist has traveled the land everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah.
So he comes up to what kind of looks like a kind of a burrowed hole. It's It's big enough for one of you full size adult to crawl into, but it fits better for a smaller thing. And he kind of just dips right into it. This way, Hawks. Follow Hawks. This way.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna stretch out my arms before I walk in and be like, oh, so cozy. And then I'm gonna walk on in and look back at you guys and smile.
ladies first, second, I suppose.
I'm not going in there.
Well, what are you gonna do? Just stand out here in the mud?
A fine shack you got here.
You go first. Tell me if it opens up into a cave or something.
Okay, fine. I'll do that.
collectibles?
I-
don't set.
I'll slip through the hole as much as it will allow me.
All right. Kavir gets to the bottom first, and Hawks looks over and begins to, pop a flame on his finger and begins to light candles. Hawks keeps candles in case visitors. He doesn't get many, but visitors. It actually opens up to a decent 20-foot wide, about 5-foot tall, kind of larger hole. He seemed to have dragged quite a few things down and bedding in different things. It's actually dry down here.
I'll call back up to Kess. It's a little cramped, but it's serviceable.
Great. Crawl in.
You guys get down there with.
Kess is so pissed off, but the only reason we're here is because she rolled 4 or 5 times. So whose fault is it?
He goes over and he puts a kind of a pot and rolls it across the ground slowly and gets it onto some sticks, and he begins going over and pulling out buckets and pouring water into it, lighting a fire under it.
Making a soup?
Mm-hmm. He starts pulling roots off the sides and putting them in, then going through and pulling out mushrooms and different vegetables and throwing them in the pot that he has on some shelves.
I'm gonna observe. Can I make heads or tails of what kind of recipe he's using?
It seems like a local narrative of different roots and plants that grow locally in the area.
Okay.
He's like, sometimes you have to fight that thing for fresh meat. Never ends well. Plus, how did you all get out here?
The mist.
It dropped you here?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen it burn creatures alive like acid, and just it goes through the skin and whatnot, and they just scream painful.
Not
So
us.
it-
We're special.
It's Mist has mind of own.
Hmm.
So. But welcome to Hawk's house. It's Hawk's house. His arms big up spread.
Nice. You got a nice place here, Hawks.
Yes.
He has this big smile. You hear that, Kelsey? They like house.
Who?
Oh, Kelsey. He walks over and he picks up a skull. Kelsey. He moves the skull up and down. Kelsey
I have
says
one
hi.
of those.
And
Excellent.
he puts it back on the wall.
What kind of skull is Kelsey?
A kobold.
Okay.
That's your friend?
Sister.
Ah.
Ooh.
There was something that came through and killed most of everybody left. He stood on all fours, but his eyes were blazed red.
How
He
long ago was that?
6 months,
Hmm.
but he doesn't. It's like the voice didn't match him. His magic was weird around him. His face was all kind of distorted. He walked with those in robes. They called themselves end cult they didn't like being called cult. They got real angry when you called cult. Hawks thought it was funny till they got really, really angry. Hawks still think it's funny. Hawks survived.
What did
Um,
they
I'm happy.
call themselves?
Order, forever order. Um, no, different word for forever.
Eternal.
Yeah, that word in your tongue.
Ha! I'm good at words. I have the best.
You're the
words.
smallest human I've ever seen.
Well, I get bigger.
That's what he keeps saying.
He
does.
gets way
like-
bigger. He turns into a fish.
He does look a little taller, actually.
Yeah, I was going to mention he does look a little taller.
Who turns into fish? We have fish for food?
I wouldn't
no,
recommend it.
no,
Okay.
no,
It's gonna have a
not-
sour flavor to it.
I
It's old. Get it.
So, but no, Hawks found book on dead body, and Hawks learned how to do wall thing.
Huh.
Hawks know many things. Hawks didn't actually come from this land.
Oh,
Where are you from, Hawks?
The land Hawks come from has. Hold on. I want to say 2 moons, 3 moons, 2 moons. It's been a while.
Hmm.
It's land of dragon below and dragon above.
does that mean anything to us?
Not me.
No, because I think technically I believe both of them are from Greyhawk. So they wouldn't pick up on it, and I can't I'm not sure where your base world was. I think it was Faerun, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm not from Greyhawk, am I? I don't think so.
I don't know. I know Adri's from Greyhawk.
Right.
I don't know if we have actually ever established which one you were from.
No, and sort of a reason for it, but
Yeah, no, that's fun. How deep did you get? Just a question for Kavir. Like, how deep did you get through Straw's readings and his journals?
like nowhere.
Okay,
Oh, you mean in game?
yeah,
I thought you meant like me personally.
No, in-game.
I would have read the entire thing if I were
well, I don't know.
Kavir is
Actually,
like
no, you the problem is you wouldn't have much time because as you guys never left the castle with the books.
right, but you figure that Kavir, even when we were kind of taking short rests or stopping, he's an avid reader, in particular a researcher, especially for something that's important.
All right,
So,
give me a
you can make a judgment call as to how far he would have got, but he would have made an effort to read as much as possible.
All right, well, give me an intelligence check or a wisdom, whichever you prefer.
Just hard intelligence.
Yeah.
A 5.
Oh, no, you're not recalling it right now.
Unfucking believable.
So, but Hawks is like, it's dark here. But Hawks have new friends. At
Hey,
least stay night.
I
Safe here?
Hawks live here. He starts counting on his fingers. He puts up 8 fingers for years.
I would like to insight Hawks to see if he is being both truthful about this being a safe place and if he has any sort of like nefarious
you think he's trying to eat us?
maybe I'm gonna wake up. He's gonna be like eating one of my fingers.
You think it would just killed you first and then eaten the whole body, not just try to get you while you're alive?
He seems kind of impulsive though. 23.
He's being truthful. There's you don't pick up any deceit in him.
Okay. Kestrel's gonna kind of look at Hawks for like a few seconds, kind of judging him. And then she's gonna nod and just sit down on the ground and start taking off some of her armor and like like emptying the swamp water out of it.
He's like, with dinner? Hawk's off for dinner?
Happy to help. And I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out some rations. Will this help?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. He takes and puts in the soup. He's like, I was actually offering if you wanted to eat too, as well. I made enough for all.
Yeah, but we could all pitch in.
All right.
Sort of a
Hawk's
stone
like,
soup, so to speak.
So he goes over there and begins to stir it again.
So Hawks,
Hawks.
what do you do all day?
He pulls out this. He goes. He stops stirring and he kind of goes to a corner and he moves a couple of rocks and he pulls out this this book, older black leather, golden trim, draconic on the outside of it. He's like, Hawks, read this.
Can I read it?
Sure. Hawks hands it to you. Goes back. As long as it doesn't leave home.
I'm not going to take it.
Okay.
I'm just going to kind of kick back and read. This is actually a very.
It's a
all
spell
the stuff
book.
that's been going on. This has been a very stressful day.
Yeah.
Coming to this cozy little fucking hamlet, having a dinner being cooked, reading a nice book with close friends. This is not so bad, all things considered.
This is a nice way to end the day, really.
Comparatively speaking, yes.
It smells like eggs a little bit, but it's fine.
So, yeah, it's a spell book.
Any particular brand of magic or just generally?
Aberration
Aberration
is the focus of it. And yes, to give you an idea, he did pop a level 5 spell to put a wall of force between you guys and the creature.
So he's like a little swamp Yoda.
He's like a little Kobold Victor. Because remember, Victor had when we played Curse of Strahd, Victor had really high level wizard spells.
They had his ass marked it with a level 9 character in that game. They gave him the mage template, which literally put him at level 9 cast as a level 9. I was having a hard time swallowing this 12-year-old kid's running around at a level 9. I had to re-roll the kid myself a few times just to make it fit right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty high level caster for a kid. But it shows that he's really smart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially with the teleportation circles they had him written messing with, and that curse he put on that one chick's daughter. That wasn't low level. He had her thinking she was a cat for years.
I'm gonna wait for a time when Kevin isn't actively reading this book. I'm sort of just sitting down and kind of cleaning my armor and going through my probably now waterlogged backpack. And I'll look over at Kevin and be like, that was good with your footwork.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, sure.
Hawks picks up a skull and he begins to fill it with soup, and then he hands it to Rain with a wooden spoon.
Nice. See, we're breaking out the fine china, Hawks. Thank you.
Of course.
You'll drink out of Cody.
He looks over at because he gave you the biggest skull he had.
Oh.
So he goes over and starts pulling out different ones, trying to find a bowl. He looks over at Kess. How big bowl for you?
I don't need a big bowl.
Small bowl?
I guess.
Would you like a child-sized skull, or would you like a adult skull?
I kind of just use my hands to kind of gauge the size of the bowl. But
all right, he pulls out a smaller skull and fills it up and brings it over.
Like when you get ice cream
Thank
at the ballpark and they bring it to you in one of those hats.
Little plastic helmets. Yeah.
He looks over Kevin. Hawk serve you next.
3 large bowls, please.
All right. He fills up one skull, brings it over. He sets it down, goes back, picks up another one, fills it up, puts it down. He looks around. You finished those? I'll get you a third.
I'm gonna be drinking out of one of them while I'm reading the book and just like kind of chewing like. So this book is about aberration. I'm like literally not even paying attention to the fact that we're drinking soup out of a skull. It's like,
He nods. Is that what that word means?
mm-hmm. Are these
I saw
onions?
the letters. I didn't know how to sound them. Hawks didn't know how to say it.
Do you read?
Reads dragon tongue.
Ah, draconic.
Mhm.
I'm gonna look at him and speak in draconic, and say, "All hail the mighty world gorger dragons."
His eyes kind of get real big looking at you and backs up slowly. You follow the cult below.
No, I just speak dragon. I've had interactions with them before.
Yeah, cult to dragon below. Not good people. Very bad. Try to end world. Very, very, very bad. Try to get shards and end world. Bad people.
I don't know many of the dragons from this region. Back home, I know the Vermilions. They're pretty cool.
He's kind of scratching head.
Um,
Oh, bad dragons this region. Two very bad dragons this region.
Oh, the Shadow Dragon.
He puts up his hand, signaling two.
What's the other one?
Shadow, two.
They're both shadows?
He nods. Most people don't realize there's two in the desert. They think it's just one, but dragons know dragons, and there's two. And everyone never sees the second one come.
So are they a pair? Do they stay together? Are they a clan or a
Hux
family?
thinks so. Hux thinks so. Hawks thinks so. Travelers tell stories, but Hawks sure they're together.
Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Evil Lech. Evil, yes, that word. Rules land, and he rides Shadow.
Right. And I'm gonna look at them and I'm like, the Lich, isn't he gone?
You guys, yeah, you three know he's gone. Hux hasn't been in a city in how long? He doesn't know why the land's reacting like it is.
Okay.
So he apparently took leave of absence. He took a vacation. He's gone. And there's some I'm talking to Hawks at this point. I'm like, he's got there's some disagreement as to what happened to him. Needless to say, he's not around anymore. And if he was riding the dragons and now the dragons aren't being ridden, who knows what they're up to? Have they been more active recently?
Oh, yeah. Hawks talked to a traveler who came from further west towards desert. Saw a dragon take off after weird flying ship.
I'm going to get real serious and look him straight in his fucking eyes. Did it have a balloon on the top?
Traveler didn't say. He said it flew without fire, and Hawks know no ship that fly without fire.
What happened to the flying ship?
Traveler said he didn't stay around to find out. He saw the Traveler say Shadow flew up from the desert and went after the flying. Traveler thinks flying ship went into Shadow domain and Shadow no like.
I'm gonna curse in Undercommon.
Something wrong.
I've lost my lab. I'm frustrated right now. I've like marked my page, but I slammed the book shut, and I'm drinking aggressively out of my second skull of soup.
He picks up the first skull. Hawks, sorry. Hawks refills. Hawks was slow. Thinking you're angry
No,
about the soup being empty.
It's not
Hawks.
you.
Hux, have you eaten? Hux, you should eat too. This is, your food.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Hawks puts a skull down full, and then he goes, gets another one, fills and begins to eat.
Okay.
Mm. Oh, Hawk's new friends have fresh food. Makes root stew better.
Hmm.
If new friends leave fresh food, Hawks trade skull. Take skull balls and trade skull balls.
Hmm.
Hawks found
Maybe.
shiny. Hawks found shiny dagger. Hawks trade shiny dagger.
Shiny dagger.
I see the dagger.
Hawks goes bearing where goes back to the hole where he pulled the book out, and he pulls out another like gray muddy cloth, and he begins to undo it, and inside there's a golden dagger, gold plated from hilt to tip of blade. Shiny dagger.
Was it
Definitely
magic?
shiny.
Hawks found shiny dagger on man who had book.
Oh, okay.
Chances are it probably is then.
Yeah.
Man with book fell out of he fell out of mist too. Whole face burned off.
Hmm.
Also have 2 holes in neck. Not sure why, but
Oh.
probably lucky face burned off because anything with holes never ends out well. Especially in swamp, get very infected. Very
Face
hard to
burn off.
heal.
Hmm.
Oh,
How long
speaking
ago
which,
was-
any of you hurt? Swamp very infected, just nasty water. Don't drink. Plant thing pee in water.
That's pee.
It something nasty comes out of plant thingy.
Well, if I can just
I just don't want to see the plant thingy. To be
Yeah.
perfectly honest with you.
if I can just
Is
get
that what
some
the
sleep.
tentacles were?
Ugh.
If I can just get some sleep, I'll feel better in the morning.
Yeah.
Fighting plant wieners.
Yeah, I think sleep is definitely necessary right now.
Hawks understand, but Hawks trade shiny dagger for food. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Hawks hands you guys dagger. All right. Hawks don't know how much food costs, so Hawks trust new friend. Hawks.
I'm gonna
He
give him
he
a
begins
bunch.
putting out the candles one by one. Hawks friends sleep. Hawks friends need darkness sleep. Hawks okay. Hawks see in dark.
I'm gonna give Hux a couple of my rations.
Yeah.
Hawks holds him and smiles. Goes off to the corner. Puts him in the hole where the book was.
Is there a covering on the hole that goes to the outside?
Ooh, Hawks walks over and he rolls a wood there, and he begins to see his hand do a spell to lock it in place. Put sigils on it. Door go boom boom if open from outside.
Does the boom go to the outside?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Hawks caught monitor lizard that way once. Come
Oh.
down hole, try to get door, fire go out hole, burned it. Tastes like
Nice.
chicken.
Bet the soup was good that week.
Soup was very good. Hawks curls up in the corner, and Hawks only has one blanket, but Hawks will share if you all want. He pulls up this
He's
small
fine.
3x3 blanket.
We'll
I've
be
got
fine.
I've got a bedroll. Thank you.
Hawks curls over in it's kind of a thing of leaves and curls up.
Oh no. I hate
But the
I'm gonna,
dark.
I'm gonna hunch over for a second. I'm gonna hunch over for a second.
His
sorry,
heart is growing three
Oh,
sizes bigger.
No, I'm like hunched over and I'm just gonna be like kind of gritting my teeth for a minute. And if you guys were to like stare like actively at it, you would actually see me grow physically like larger by a quick burst.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not regulated exactly. Still trying to play catch up. Food seems to do the trick.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna light up a pipe just because I can't in real life.
After I guess tomorrow, sorry that we lost the bounty.
Well,
That's fine.
we're alive. That's probably the more important thing right now.
It's not a whole lot of places that we could spend the money right now, so
Well, I assume in the morning we'll start trying to make our way back to the bay.
I don't know. I might have a different plan.
Hawks has small canoe you guys can borrow. Just one day bring back.
God damn, this is like the saddest fucking dude.
I know. It's like I'll be here living in my hole with this moldy old blanket and my sister's skull to keep me company.
You want to eat some soup out of it? Also, you can have my boat. Just bring it back so I don't die.
Yeah. God.
All
right, Tiny Tim.
Kess is gonna kind of sigh. She's like, I mean, I don't think Materia Bay is a good place for me to go right now with the Carcassine looking for me. And I mean, with the bounty gone, is there really a reason for us to adventure anymore?
Besides, the bard's still there.
No, that's fine. I'll find her at some point. She always turns up.
No, I mean that was a strong point for not going back, is what I was
Oh,
saying.
I see.
Well, I do have a ship and a crew there. There's going to be a little confused if I don't go back, but
we could go get on my ship once we find it.
Is this lab you're talking about?
That's part lab, part balloon, part ship.
And why is it lost at the moment? Exactly.
I suspect a student took it.
Yeah. So someone took it for a joyride and crashed it somewhere.
I have not heard reports of crash. I heard one report of crash, but it's not confirmed yet. So until I see for certain, I will assume that it is still sky ready.
Okay. Well,
you have fun with that.
You're coming with us, right?
Why?
Well, because if I'm going to be murdered by a tentacle, I'd like it to be near dear friends. Also, you hit real hard. That'd be helpful.
That's true.
Not the best at spiderweb breaking, but we'll get to that.
Well, you said you had money, right?
Loads of it.
Well, okay. Well, how much do you want to pay me?
I don't know. How much do I want to pay you? Is that what we're gonna write the contract? You know what?
I want to hear how much
I have an idea.
you want to pay me. I'm not agreeing to anything.
How about we do a standard contract? We'll just go renegotiate some terms here.
Renegotiate?
Technically, I already have you on contract.
No, you don't.
And so yeah, for 3 years, but it was inactive. So those don't count, right?
We've never spoken before.
You're killing me with this garbage.
I know you think that I'm someone else. For some reason, both of you do.
Isn't that weird? That
Shared
we would all
delusion.
think that? And you just happen to be in a city that is known for people losing their memory. Oh my God. What?
Materia Bay isn't known for people losing their memory. It's known for serial killers.
Well, cities can be known for more than one thing.
Right. Like in St. Louis, they're known for being smelly and also terrible. Actually, I've never been to St. Louis. I'm sure no, I have been to St. Louis, but I've never hung out at St. Louis. I'm sure it's nice.
Deese is like, but I've never enjoyed it.
I have been there, but yeah, it was terrible.
I speak for myself and not on behalf of freelance heroism, but fuck St. Louis.
Fuck St. Louis.
Yes. Well,
stupid hoop. Sorry.
My whole reason for coming here was because I was hoping to get your help, which I guess in some weird way I'm still hoping for. So I guess for the moment, wherever you're going, I'm going too, especially if this floating lab of yours still works.
If there's ever going to be a place where you're going to cure your fish disease, it's going to be in that lab.
Well, that's probably not exactly going to work. The whole reason I was coming to enlist your help was, first off, after hearing, the jobs you all pulled off previously, I figured you would be best suited for to give me a hand in tracking down my old captain. He's the reason I am the way that I am. And unfortunately, the only way I can get rid of this is I've got to get his heart.
I've been there. I did that like a couple years ago.
So,
my boss was a dickhead too.
Yeah. Well,
I stabbed him in the brain. You were there.
So I guess count me in whatever we're doing. At the very least, if I can get a ride back to the bay, that'll be enough.
Well, then first things first, we get back my ship. And, what's your standard rate per week? Come on, don't inflate it. If you're thinking that long, you're inflating it.
I don't think you could afford it.
I'm certain I could afford it. I could afford you a bunch of times. I'm just whether or not I will.
1,000 gold a week.
You've never been paid 1,000 gold a week. Not in your entire life. Who are you kidding? I know agents that have 50 years in the business who paid half that.
All right, 500 gold a week.
I'll give you 280 gold a week.
280 gold a week. No.
Okay. Talk about it in the morning when you reconsider. I'm going to lay back and I'm going to take my hat and slowly tilt it over my eyes. You're taking first watch, right? Good. All right. 280 well spent.
I don't think he realizes the word on the door means we don't need to take a watch.
Yeah, I'm not taking watch. Get some rest.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, but there's another person in here. Yeah, I know you passed your insight check, but it is another person that we don't know super
I'm
well.
confident in my assessment.
I have begun snoring.
Okay. Well, I don't care either, so. Thank you so much for listening to Return to Ravenloft, a Freelance Heroism podcast. If you'd like to support us more, check us out on patreon.com/freelance_heroism and just donate any amount. We have prizes and journal entries and art that we post regularly a few times a week. And we'd really appreciate any support you could give us. Thank you.
Our cast includes Rachel Moore as Kesselgard Reskill, Dees Cassius as Master Kavir, Nathan Lett as Captain Rain Trichet, and David, aka D-Walk, as Dr. Midnight, and everyone else in the game. Thanks again for listening, and we will see you next week.
The invoice is in the mail. We should play the Bold and the Beautiful theme song.
You think that's still on air?
Oh, I don't know. What about As the World Burns?
That's the Return of the Kobold.
Yeah.